Good morning, beautiful people. It is another day. It's another drive to work. I am a little tired this morning because my husband was out of town the last 5 days, and so I was solo parenting, and he got back last night, and now it's straight into like a long 12-hour shift for me, so we're tired. A lot of you guys have been asking me for interview tips lately, so I figured let's do some interview tips. But first, I need some caffeine. Hi Lisa, can I get the sausage bacon egg wrap? I'll do a venti iced coffee with cream, no classic, 2 pumps of hazelnut, and 2 pumps of white mocha. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one. Cheers. Moment of silence for my taste test. She slaps. All right, let's talk about some interview tips. Gosh, no one actually really enjoys interviews, do they? I don't think so, but we have to do them, and you know, it is what it is. So my first tip is to practice situationally based interview questions. You can Google, what are some situationally based interview questions, but essentially in interviews today, it's not so much about, like, how are you? Who are you as a person? It's like, how do you react in high stress situations? Like, tell me about a time where you made a difference in a patient's care, or tell me about a time where you had a conflict with a coworker and how did you resolve it? Basically, if you can start the sentence with tell me a time, that is a situationally based interview question. I highly recommend getting a list of all these questions and giving them to your friend or spouse or whoever and say, hey, read me these questions, I'm going to interview them. But if you can come into the interview already prepared with, multiple situations in your head that you can kind of reflect on, that is going to be a golden ticket. My next tip is to always prepare to talk about your strengths about yourself, but also your weaknesses. You can also look this up on the internet about what are some weaknesses for interviews that you can bring up. So my go-to weakness that I like to bring up is that I am very type A, organized, and like to take on a lot of projects. And sometimes I take on too many things and, have a hard time balancing it all. I like this weakness because it is a weakness, but it also shows that you're motivated and you like to take charge and take things on. So it's a subtle weakness. My next tip is to, 1, dress professional and comfortable, something that you feel comfortable and confident wearing, but keep it, professional. And also bring a little folder with you that has your resume in it, a copy of any certifications that you may need to bring. I've never actually been asked to give this in an interview, but I feel like when you have a folder and you show up, you look more professional. It gives you something in your hands or in your lap during the interview. And then if they reference something on your resume or ask for any certifications, you have everything printed right there. All right, I have 2 more tiny tips, but the next one is to take a deep breath. Nobody likes to interview for the most part. Everyone's nervous, but walk in with confidence and, trust yourself, trust the process. Managers know that you're going to be nervous, so they're already expecting you to be a little bit anxious, and that's okay. Nobody really feels good after an interview. Just remember that. And my final tip is to get your manager's email if you don't already have it, so that way you can follow up with them and, that day, just thanking them for the interview. Hey, thank you so much for meeting with me. It was a pleasure getting to know you. Really excited at the potential opportunity to work on this unit. And then if you don't hear anything back, within a week time frame, I would follow up with an email on that as well. Okay, that was a lot of interview tips. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm almost to work now, so you guys have a great day.